Welcome to Hordinian News in audio form, where the cabinet list drops and the political math starts immediately.
Angora Denish has been covering the fallout from President Museveni's new cabinet appointments, and today we're looking at what the Lango subregion expected to receive and what it actually got.
Let's start with the gap between 84% loyalty and what that loyalty bought.
The central tension here is straightforward. Lango delivered one of President Museveni's strongest regional performances in the 2026 elections, and the question is whether the new cabinet reflects that.
Former NUP candidate for Oyam South, Isha Otto, put it plainly after the list dropped, and he sets up the contrast directly, noting what the region held before and what it holds now.
He does. On what Lango previously controlled, Otto points out that in the prior government, the subregion held the Ministry of Health under Dr. Jane Ruth Aching, the Ministry of Gender under Betty Amangi, the government chief whip position under Dennis Hampson Obua, and the State Ministry for Defense.
So the benchmark is real, not invented. Those were consequential offices.
And against that benchmark, Otto argues the new appointments fall short. He describes the 4 Lango MPs who made the cabinet list: Dr. Jane Ruth Aseng as Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Sam Angola as Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister in charge of relief, disaster preparedness, and refugees, alongside 2 state ministers from the subregion.
ICT and refugee relief are not finance and defense. The region can read a portfolio ranking.
Otto's specific grievances sharpen that point. Betty Amangi was dropped entirely, and Dennis Hampson Obua lost the chief whip position, despite actively campaigning across northern Uganda for the NRM. The expectation, Otto says, was at least one top-tier position: vice president, prime minister, finance, defense, or deputy prime minister.
None of which materialized. He does carve out one exception, welcoming Sam Angola's appointment as recognition of decades of NRM mobilization dating back to the 1980s. But the broader lesson Otto draws is pointed. Supporting a ruling party in hopes of political reward is not a reliable transaction.
He also flags outstanding promises: compensation for cattle lost during past insurgencies, and completion of Akibua Stadium ahead of the 2027 AFCON, that residents are now uncertain will be honored given the cabinet outcome.
Loyalty delivered, receipts pending.
The arithmetic of political loyalty versus political reward is rarely clean, and Lango's experience with this cabinet is a clear example of that gap.
More from Hordinian News as the appointments settle and the reactions keep coming.